Good afternoon. This is the 11th of August. Welcome to this week's update. Before I get started, could you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video? We're getting some good subscribers now, some good engagement on the videos. It's great to see. I certainly learn a lot doing these videos, and I hope you do too. This week, I'm just going to give you an overview of the portfolio. I'll give you some of my thoughts on what's happening in the crypto space, particularly around the price action of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, some of the positions I've taken, some of the positions I've closed. I'll touch briefly on some of the positions outside of crypto that I've closed as well. And then some other information on what's on my mind and where my head's at for the activity of the next week. In comparison with the indexes that we have stocks on and the Bitcoin performance chart, this is kind of where we're stacking up versus these charts. What you will see is that naturally the Bitcoin prices, it's been the driver of a lot of growth, having quite a heavy crypto portfolio. Naturally, my performance is quite correlated with Bitcoin. Not as sharp of an increase as you'd expect, because I do have a lot of stocks, of which have been sort of topsy-turvy over the last few days. Also quite a big cash balance. I have, at the start of the week, I had about a 22% cash balance. I have liquidated some opportunities that I believe was time to take some profit on. So I'll touch on those in a few minutes. But overall, when you look at the other indexes here, we're well ahead of the S&P, we're well ahead of the NASDAQ, and also the Hong Kong 50. We're well ahead of pace in there. So at the moment, very happy with the performance overall. So in July, the crypto market obviously was one of the biggest turnarounds for our portfolio overall. As I mentioned, I thought it was a matter of time before the market would have bottomed out at the stage. I was never convinced it was a bear market. I've given my thoughts on this before in previous videos, but in order to have a prolonged bear market, we do need a proper blow off top. And a price accumulation between 45 and 65k for Bitcoin is certainly not a blow off top. And looking then into what we're happening at the moment, we've seen some good increases in Bitcoin, and Ethereum's gone on a little bit of a run, and now it seems like the altcoins are taking off as well. After 2 or 3 weeks of very, very aggressive growth, I do foresee a small correction in the coming days, and I have taken some risk off the table. I've closed some opportunities. You can see those in my history, mainly in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've actually loaded up on some more altcoins as well, just because I believe that it's a cyclical type of process with crypto, where Bitcoin leads the charge, then it's usually Ethereum, then it's usually Litecoin, followed by a correction. So I think this time it'll be pretty much the same. When that correction might happen, who knows? And we're going to hold most of what we have there. So there will be some drawdown as predicted, but longer term, it's all a part of the bigger picture. So exposure overall, we're at about 51% stocks, 42% of crypto. Naturally, the crypto was slightly higher earlier in the week. I have taken some profits off the table, and we've got about 29% of our cash balance. I will certainly be stocking up again on positions to capitalize in the next wave of growth. In anticipation, I suppose, for this cash balance, I have closed out some of the longer ETFs that I was parking some money in while crypto sort of figured itself out. So I closed a few profitable positions in DVY, which is a dividend ETF fund. So it's a selection of dividend paying stocks. I closed also the FEZ, which is the European ETF, on the top 50 European stocks. So I closed out with 8% profit. Very much from my side, having some low risk positions is very important. But also having the ability to close these out, when the time is right. In stocks this week, I am looking at certain stocks that I might close out some positions in. I do believe that the NASDAQ is quite overheated at the moment. I think we haven't seen a significant correction in a few months, and I believe that we could be coming close to something along those lines. So what I'm looking to do is I have some positions that I have earmarked to trim some profits on. And what I'll do is I'll hold on in cash and then allocate to some crypto positions, but also to have on the sidelines, just in case that the correction doesn't come or a correction happens, to buy back in at better prices. So that's the kind of the strategy from the position at the moment. Just touching quickly on Bitcoin then again and crypto. If we have a look in here, this is the allocation of the crypto assets I've got. Bitcoin is the largest currently in terms of exposure. Lots of unrealized profits still there to be taken. So I'll probably just let that run. I might take a little bit more off the table before our next correction. Litecoin, I've closed out some positions on this recently. Cardano has been flying, Ethereum as well, Chainlink, and then Tezos and a few others there as well. So we've got a pretty broad exposure to crypto overall, with the larger cap cryptos taking up the most amount of exposure in my portfolio. So just a few thoughts then on why I believe that we're going to see a temporary decline. There's a few reasons here. So the greed and fear index, when I look at how the market perceives Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment, they're now in the greed stage. So I spoke last week, they were in the neutral stage. And you'll see this on newsfeed on eToro. You'll see this online, people talking about Lambos and moons and all that sort of stuff. Just be wary about jumping into positions when prices are frothy. That's all I'll say. And make sure to take positions that are profitable. Make sure to take some exposure off the table. Whether it be your initial stake in a particular position, you take that off the table, and you've got your profits that are still live. This is what I try to do. And again, it's all a part of it. People buy when others are fearful. And I would always advise looking to take some profits off the table when things get a little bit overheated. There's a little bit of hype. The news, if it's good, if it's bad, the price seems to go up. I've spoken about this before in terms of how fear drives the market. So just be very wary about jumping into positions and FOMOing into positions when prices are frothy. One other bullish signal that's coming up. And so I spoke in the past about the death cross, which is when the 200-day moving average crosses the 50-day moving average. And when the 50 basically goes beneath it, this is a bearish sign. What we're going to see, and it's likely to happen around the 13th of August, which is 2 days away. It's what we call the golden cross, which is a bullish signal. So this is what happens when the 50-day moving average will cross over to 200-day moving average, signifying a bullish indicator. Now, we need to take that with a certain pinch of salt, because we've just seen really bullish activity the last few days. That's another bullish action. And going the way things are, the price is likely to continue to go upwards. But we can't take that for granted, and we need to be able to be ready to take profits. And again, not FOMO into positions when it's everybody else's. So that's this week's update, guys. Again, please subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Please like the video, and we will catch you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.